Hi, I'm James Knott, and this is your Better Beer Authority. Today, we are reviewing another beer that we received from a viewer. His name is Adam Demshar, YouTube user Zephead989. Chef, what do you think about this beer? What are your initial thoughts on the taste?
You know, I think we were discussing it a little bit off camera. I think that there is some characteristics of an IPA, but you really have to dig deep. I'm not 100% sure if it has to do with the age or the handling of the beer itself. You can, if you really dig into your nose, you can get a little bit of the citrus smell to it. And then as far as the flavor standpoint, you can get some of that citrus, some of that grapefruit notes. But I mean, it's really the first note that I notice is that metallic kind of taste to it, which to me tells that it's been, you know, it's got some oxygen going on with it. It's a skunked beer.
Okay, Mark, do you have similar sorts of concerns with this beer?
I have a similar concern. It's changed a little bit differently from when we started to right now. I feel like the beer, as it's warmed up a little bit, or as we're adjusting to it, I'm actually starting to pick up not a lot of hop, but a little bit more caramel character to it, which I think is kind of weird. And for an IPA, I think it should be more hop forward. But like Chef was saying, if it was bad handling or due to oxygenation, some of that hop character is going to fall off. So okay. I think we might be running a risk with that, but there's still some flavor in here. It's real short.
Okay, Scott, are you getting any aroma out of this, like for what you would expect from an IPA?
No, not at all. I mean, I was just pulling it up to the light here because I was thinking about this versus the last one we did, which was Zombie Dust by Three Floyds, and this is a well-filtered beer. I'll give it that. And there's no particulates in it. No, pretty straightforward, but definitely aroma-wise, no, not getting that at all. I mean, the more I drink it as well, it's changing a little bit for me, and I don't know if it's because I've had more of it or if it's because it's getting a little bit warmer, but it definitely does have a little bit more bitterness to it, but it's not what I would think of for any sort of IPA that I've ever had. I mean, it's not an awful beer, but if you're comparing it to an IPA, it's definitely
not
out of character. Very out of character.
Okay. Well, we were concerned about the handling of this beer, so I got Adam Demshar on the phone to find out where he got it. Adam, are you there?
I'm here.
All right. I got you on my iPhone 4S because I'm a badass. Now, where did you get this beer?
I got the beer at the Port Stewart Shopette out of the cooler.
Out of the cooler? So you're in the Army. That's an Army shop, right?
Right. This is an Army base. They got various, beer stores on post you can go to, and this was just one of them, part of a gas station.
Wait, what's he think of it?
Do they have a good craft beer selection at this store?
They actually have a far better selection than anywhere else in town on post. So that if I stay local, that's where I would go.
Do a lot of your fellow soldiers drink craft beer?
Primarily just me and one of my friends. Most everyone else is like a BMC type guy.
Okay. Do you have any evidence about whether this beer would be fresh or not? Right now, it is March 19th. It says drink by August, the first week of August. Okay, so do you have any evidence whether this is very fresh or very old?
I can't really speak to that. I know that I bought it less than a month ago and shipped it to you. I don't know how long it was on the shelf, really.
Yeah, in general, for this beer, what kind of rating would you give it?
I would typically give that beer probably a 7.
A 7? Okay. What would be one of your favorite IPAs?
That would be Dogfish 90 Minute.
Yeah.
Nice.
Solid example of the style. I'm wearing a Dogfish hat, by the way. Adam, thanks for being on the Better Beer Authority. We really appreciate the fact that you sent us this beer. Don't worry, we won't let it go to waste. Terrapin Brewing, if you're out there watching this, hey, send us some really fresh stuff so we can get a really good example to share with our viewers. Adam, thank you for your service to the country. We're going to talk to you later, okay?
All right, no problem.
All right, bye.
Thanks, Adam.
Bye.
Thanks, Adam.
Okay, Chef,
yes,
this
sir.
beer as it stands, what kind of rating are you giving it?
You know, I'm going to give it a 4. I think I can drink this beer. Based on this specific beer as it sits, I'm not going to drink this again. I'll drink I'll finish this one. I mean, I finished 3/4 of it. It did get
You're
better.
not going to help me drink the other 7 that are in the fridge?
7?
Oh, well,
now that you say that, quantity does overweigh.
Well, I didn't know there were 7 still in the fridge.
Oh, wait. Did we tell everyone?
It's Terrapin.
It's Hopsecutioner, Terrapin Brewing Company, Terrapin Beer Company. Thank you, Adam, for sending us this
You
beer.
sent us how many? Man, 2
Sent us
6-packs?
12s.
2 6-packs. I mean, that makes him twice as good of a fan as any other fan we have. That's awesome. So, yeah, it's Hopsecutioner from the Terrapin Beer Company. What's your rating?
I feel guilty calling it a 4, but I call it like I see it, you know, and I feel bad about giving it a 4, but it's just not good. So there's something wrong with this particular beer right here.
Yeah, I mean, the hops seem pretty muted. You know, the flavor seems muted.
Scott?
Scott?
Smells a little bit better out of the bottle.
Why don't we just get it fresh from the bottle and see? Come on.
No, it has a better smell. It does have a better forward character. Right when I popped it, it had a better smell. Let me try some of that too. It did. It had a better.
Still got that metallic taste to it. I mean, it is definitely still straight from the bottle.
That's a little better.
It's fresh from the bottle. I think maybe.
I mean, you can get.
Here's what I'm gonna say. I think that the beer itself was good, fresh out of the cooler. He shipped it here, shook up, temperature changes, and not his fault by any means, not Terrapin's fault, but that's just one of the hazards of trying to ship beer. So I think we're just dealing with a beer that hit the elements a little too hard and just kind of bashed it.
What's your rating?
Somehow my beer has grown, so I'd probably give it a 5, maybe a 6. I can't decide. Probably 5.
5?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. This beer, I mean, it's drinkable, but it just throws me that they say it's an IPA, or at least that this is supposed to be an IPA. If it was, I don't know, maybe a lager mixed with an American Pale Ale, maybe I'd think it was better, but...
I still imagine that. I mean, along with Adam's rating of a 7, I could imagine that if the flavor profile was not muted, if this wasn't consumed by the weather or anything like that, I think we would have all been in the range of 7.
Probably 7, yeah.
Because I mean, you can pick up the hop note, and when I drank it straight from the bottle, you could get a little bit more of the hop note. But still, I got some of that metallic finish to it, and that kind of just, when you have that metallic flavor, it shuts off everything else that you're tasting, and you lose anything that was going on with that beer.
Like anything else that thrives on perfection, it is subject to
Like
errors.
yourself?
Yes, yes. No, but I mean, take cheese, for example. If it's mishandled or mistreated or any number of things, the cheese is going to go bad. I still love Pirano cheese, but if it goes bad, then it goes bad. I'm not going to eat it.
I never had that problem with Velveeta.
Okay.
They have a new Velveeta, by the way.
Good. I never have that problem with Bud Light either, so.
Has anybody ever had any other Terrapin beers?
Never.
Never.
This beer is an American IPA with 7.3% ABV and 78 IBUs. They use 6 different types of hops: Warrior, Chinook, Centennial, Simcoe, Amarillo, and dry hops with Cascade. The Terrapin Beer Company was started in Athens, Georgia in 2002 by John Cochran and Spike Buckowski. 6 months later, they earned their first gold medal at the Great American Beer Festival for their Rye Pale Ale. You know, I'm going to say 78 IBUs. There's no way this tastes like 78 IBUs. I think this has been sitting in the Army store for a little while. So we're giving this beer a 4.7, but it comes with an asterisk. So go out, find the beer, try it for yourself. We can't say this is good. We can't say this is bad. All we can say is that it might not have been the freshest version that's out there. I'm James Knott, and this is your Better Beer Authority.
Better Beer Authority.